What if your garden had color from the first warm days of summer all the way until frost? Not a single beautiful month that came and went before you had time to enjoy it. Continuous color 5, 6, 7 months of blooms, so rich and layered that every time you walk outside, it stops you. Most gardeners never get there. They plant something beautiful, it blooms for 3 weeks, and by August the whole garden looks tired and forgotten. Every single fall, the same disappointment. It does not have to be that way. These 10 perennials are built to bloom long, come back stronger every year, and carry your garden from early summer all the way to the last cold day of fall. Some of them will stop you mid-step with their fragrance. Some of them glow in September light in a way that genuinely does not look real. And some of them are still standing tall and full of color when the first frost finally arrives and takes everything else down. Plant number 6 is the one most people walk right past at the nursery. That is a mistake you are not going to make today. Let's get into it. Plant number 1, coneflower, echinacea. And if you are only growing it in purple, you are missing the full story. Modern coneflowers come in white, deep rose, warm orange, vivid yellow, and soft coral. They are tall, architectural, and long blooming from midsummer deep into fall. They handle heat and drought without complaint. And in fall, if you leave the seed heads standing instead of cutting them back, songbirds feed on them all through winter. There is something deeply satisfying about a stand of coneflowers in late August. The petals pull back slightly from the center cone as the season progresses, and the whole plant takes on the quality of something finishing its performance with real dignity. Run your fingers along the stems on a warm evening, and the texture alone tells you this is a plant built to last. Plant number 2. Daylily, the workhorse, the classic, the plant that has been in gardens for generations, and earns that legacy every single year. There are over 80,000 registered cultivars of daylilies. Hot oranges, soft creamy yellows, rich burgundies, delicate pinks, deep reds, bicolors. There is a daylily for every style and every taste, and while each individual flower lasts only a single day, a well-established clump produces so many buds in succession that the bloom season stretches from early summer well into fall, depending on the varieties you choose. They grow in full sun or part shade, in clay soil or sandy soil, on slopes, in flat beds. They form dense clumps that naturally crowd out weeds and multiply slowly on their own over time. 1 important note: daylilies are toxic to cats specifically, so plant with that awareness if you have them outdoors. Plant number 3, black-eyed Susan. Those warm golden yellow flowers with the dark chocolate center. You have seen them growing along roadsides in late summer, and probably never given them much thought. That was a mistake. Rudbeckia blooms from midsummer all the way through fall, reliably, year after year, in heat, in drought, in poor soils that would defeat most ornamental plants. It is native to North America. It evolved here. It does not need your help to survive. What it gives back is months of bold, warm color exactly when the garden starts its seasonal decline. In the early morning, when the light comes in low and golden, black-eyed Susans seem to glow. From within there is a nostalgia to them too. If you spent any time in a grandmother's garden as a child, chances are these were blooming somewhere nearby. But here is what I want you thinking about right now. We are only 3 plants in, and already, you have color from early summer through fall in multiple layers. What happens when you add 7 more? Keep going. Plant number 4, Russian sage. The plant that makes people slow down when they drive past your yard, roll down the window, and ask what it is. Russian sage sends up tall, airy stems covered in tiny lavender, blue flowers that seem to float in a silver haze above the ground. It moves in the slightest breeze. It catches afternoon light and turns almost luminous. In late summer heat, when everything else begins to struggle and fade, Russian sage is just hitting its stride. It blooms from midsummer straight through fall. It wants full sun, poor soil, and excellent drainage. Fertilizing it actually makes it floppy. This is a plant that thrives on neglect, on heat, on dry summers that would devastate most others. Picture a whole drift of silver and lavender swaying gently with the low golden light of a September evening coming through. That is Russian sage, hardy in zones 4 through 9. Plant number 5, sedum. Specifically the tall, upright varieties. Autumn joy is the classic, and it earns that reputation entirely. Sedum starts the season as tidy, fleshy mounds of blue-green foliage. In late summer, pale pink flower buds emerge. Through September they deepen to warm rose. By October they shift to burnished copper and rust bronze, and they hold that structure well into winter. When the first frost arrives and everything around it has collapsed and faded, sedum stands, still beautiful, still architectural, still giving the garden something to look at on a cold gray morning. It stores water in its thick leaves, making it virtually drought-proof. Full sun, average, soil, and nothing else required. Hardy in zones 3 through 9. Plant number 6. Coreopsis. Pure sunshine in plant form, and the most underestimated long bloomer on this entire list. Coreopsis produces cheerful, button-like blooms in bright yellow, warm orange, and soft pink. Some varieties start blooming in late spring, and simply do not stop until frost months of continuous color. Without you doing a single thing to encourage it, it actually prefers lean soil, which means the more you neglect it, the better it performs. Many modern varieties are self-cleaning, meaning spent flowers drop on their own, planted in masses along a sunny border, and by midsummer it looks like someone scattered living gold across the ground. Hardy in zones 3 through 9. Plant number 7. Salvia nemorosa. Perennial salvia. Not the annual kind. The kind that comes back every year with more determination than the last. These compact upright plants produce rich violet, blue, and purple flower spikes that are almost electric in their color. Butterflies arrive in numbers you have to see to believe. Hummingbirds visit daily. They bloom in late spring, and if you cut them back after that first flush, they rebloom. In late summer, 2 rounds of flowers, 1 simple pruning, and while they are blooming, they make every neighboring plant look better by contrast. Hardy in zones 4 through 9. Plant number 8. Catmint. If Russian sage is the dramatic centerpiece, catmint is the one that quietly holds everything together. Catmint forms soft, relaxed mounds, covered in clouds of small lavender, blue flowers. It has a cottage garden ease to it, the kind that makes a garden look like it was designed on purpose. Without anyone trying that hard, it blooms heavily in late spring, and if you cut it back by a third, after that first flush, it comes right back in late summer with a second round of color that carries you to frost. It smells faintly of herbs when you brush against it in passing. On a warm evening, walking through a border edged with catmint in full bloom, that scent drifts up quietly and the whole garden feels more alive. Hardy in zones 3 through 8. Plant number 9. Yarrow. Tough, ancient, and quietly extraordinary. Yarrow produces flat-topped flower clusters in red, yellow, soft pink, cream, and white, held above feathery fern. Like foliage that looks beautiful, even when the plant is not in bloom. It blooms from early summer through fall with regular deadheading. It tolerates drought, poor soil, and heat without complaint. Cut the flowers and they dry beautifully, holding their color for months in an indoor arrangement. There is something very honest about yarrow. It does not demand attention, it does not need coaxing. It simply blooms, month after month, in conditions that would humble most other plants. Hardy in zones 3 through 9. Plant number 10. Helenium. Also called sneezeweed, which is an unfortunate name for a plant this beautiful. Helenium blooms in late summer, and fall in rich copper, burnt orange, deep mahogany, and warm gold. The petals reflex backward from the center like tiny windswept skirts, and the color combination feels like autumn distilled into flower form. It blooms in September and October, when everything else is winding down, and it does it in colors that seem to intensify as the air gets colder. On a crisp fall morning with frost just beginning to touch the edges of the leaves, helenium holds its color like a small flame that refuses to go out. It is the perfect final chapter for a garden built to last all season. Hardy in zones 3 through 8. That is 10 plants that can carry your garden from the first warm days of summer to the very edge of winter. Together they fill your garden with color, fragrance, and movement, asking for surprisingly little in return. Plant them once, give them a good start, and every year they reward you with something even better than the last. The dream garden you have been imagining is not out of reach. It is 10 simple choices away, and when the first frost finally settles over the landscape, your garden will still be there, holding on to its color just a little longer.